Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to Alan Wake. We're now on episode 2, and I guess we're in the past now, 3 years ago, in a happier time. Wake returns home in New York after running errands. So, let's see what happens now. We're gonna make some coffee first, which is over here. I really am not a fan of these camera angles. It's so weird, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel good. I really want to move it, but there's no way I can, I guess. But this is a really nice place to live in. And the snow makes it super cozy. And I like these, the way this has, I guess this is kind of like a built-in heater in here, and then you can sit here by the window and, you know, that's a lot of books. Nice little kitchen. Should clean up that table. And coffee is here.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks! I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Easy as that. There's his famous coat. Although the hoodie is nice as well. Speaking of camera, it's weird how it sometimes just flips around like crazy just when I make a small movement.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Ah. Okay. Um. These are some cool pictures. Doesn't look like you though. Looks more like the guy from Top Gear. I don't remember the name. I know. I should be ashamed of myself. I'm bad with names, okay?
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
Chill out.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on, now, please.
Okay. It's right here.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Here, I'll shine it on you.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
No.
I know it's
Ah.
stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay.
I wanted to collect
I
stuff.
used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Cover your eyes, kids. I'm pissed I didn't get... well...
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
I was gonna reload the checkpoint, but we just reached the checkpoint here, so... I guess I missed out on whatever was in the apartment, and I guess I was sitting on this...
I believe you'll find the
fishing
sheriff
pole.
in her office. Just go down the corridor.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
I just realized he's been wearing the hoodie all along. The jacket just over it. Alright, let's explore. Nope, can't.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
I'm sure flickering the lights isn't doing any good for the bulbs and either. Oh, what's this? Have you seen this man? Disappeared on blah blah blah. Who is he? More missing people. On a camping trip overdue, haven't been in contact. If you have seen them or know their whereabouts, please call 555-9932. Thank you. No, don't want to go there yet. Oh, that's funny. I want to check out the rest of the building. Cameras.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Thanks.
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
Oh, hell yeah. And a page. Alice sees the shadow.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Creepy. This is blinking, but that's blinking like one single light in a place where there's 4 smaller. Alright.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
I have a bad feeling about all of this.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
I know. Chill out.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Oh,
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
oh, so people actually got her. I thought something creepy happened to her.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
You won't listen to me. I need it to be bright. Hey, you! Can you help me? Can you turn the lights on?
Oh, sure.
Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien!
Okay.
I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Sure. I thought you were gonna say it was shadows or something. Maybe I would have believed you, but that's a different.
I told him, oh yeah, well,
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
What the hell?
where are you?
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left."
Okay. But first, coffee and radio.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
I know.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deerfest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting that the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say it was me. Well, I guess he wouldn't really know. Maybe here? That's a strong kick.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall in the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I have mixed feelings about these pages.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Because it's kind of spoiling what's about to happen, so I don't know if I should... You know, I can collect them, but I don't know if I should keep listening to them. Also, this looks like something I'm about to use.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Guess not. Anything here? No.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Alright. I mean, why don't you just skip straight to the end then, if you have the power of writing?
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey, oh my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, My offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
Well, that was kind of
What the
weird.
hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
What the hell kind of outfit is this?
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a Swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Right. In here, no. Oh, the skeleton of the Columbian mammoth. This specimen, estimated to be 14,000 years old, was recovered from the La Brea tar pits in 1981. It was donated to the Elderwood National Park in 1998 when the Columbian mammoth became Washington's state fossil. Named Bucktooth Charlie, it was since become the park's official mascot. Alright. Fascinating. It was kind of a nice place.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller.
You idiot.
But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Says the guy who wears shorts, boots, and a winter jacket. And a Hawaiian shirt. What a combination. I've been here. Where am I even going? I guess out here.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Oh, poor dog.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Yeah.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those
Jesus.
situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds.
I'm gonna hit
If you're trying
yours
to
if
pull
you
a
don't
joke
shut
on
up.
me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Dang, you're annoying.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
So, I just delivered
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right. Thanks.
Guess I just delivered the form without, filling it out.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that
Oh.
you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their bed.
I don't really want to listen to him.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al.
I guess never mind.
Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Achoo! Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again. Achoo!
Oh, you're annoying. Even when you're not saying anything. I knew it. There's always coffee somewhere. What the hell? What happened to all of my flashlight batteries? Now I have only 7. Oh no, I want to turn on the lights. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what I wanted to say. Of course, I'm gonna go explore the back. And I saw a coffee already. Curious how many I've collected. Doesn't really say anywhere. Or what the point of collecting them at all is.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
My shotgun and flare gun are gone as well. That's kinda lame. Should have just used it then. Oh, I can drive, I guess. So... should I? I guess I can listen to this one.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Okay, so we're cursing now. At least I'm not the only one.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. It wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Oh, I thought I was gonna. Oh well. Guess I'll walk.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them. and they had Alice.
Goddamn bats. Or birds, or whatever it was. I didn't really get to see it. I saw a radio in there or something. It was a green light. Anything else? No.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
Oh, yeah.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Ooh. Oh, that's nice. I'll just steal this ammo from whoever owns this building. I wish I lived in a place like this. It's really, you know, getting all those, checking all the things that I like. It's a nice little forest area by a lake. Nice people all around, everyone knows each other. Small town, cozy. What the hell? And apparently earthquakes. Elderwood Natural Trail, Moonshine Cave, and Lover's Peak. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna loot your, Oh, never mind, seems to be abandoned.
Crime and punishment.
Oh.
The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow. That sentence really flows, huh?
That's a weird way to say it.
Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Well, that was interesting. I like the other one better. This one was kind of weird. Nothing here. Must be something up here. Rose and Rusty. Okay, we can watch, listen to that.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Huh. Isn't Rusty a little too old for her? Or maybe I misjudged the guy's age. I'll take a shortcut. Oh well, that's a spoiler now. No, I don't want to listen to it. That's kind of bullshit. Fallen Rock Zone.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
No!
Oh shit.
Rusty? Damn.
Rusty, hang on!
Oh,
I'm
God!
coming!
Please, help me! Anybody? Help me!
Where is he?
Help! Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone! Please help! Help me!
Hello?
Back here!
What
I'm
in
back
the
here!
world?
Hey! Please. Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark.
It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Damn. I guess we might as well listen to this one now.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
I am kind of annoyed that it spoiled it for me.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Is it here? Yeah, I'm not reading you. Screw you.
It was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty! Rusty!
The ground was covered with
Just need hunting licenses.
Oh no. That screaming was really,
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Mammoth-sized hole, you say?
Please don't feed the animals.
What in the...
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license. Obey the park ranger's instructions at all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
Never approach closer than 100 yards. To bears and wolves, never approach any other wildlife closer than 25 yards. Pets must be leashed at all times. Never leave your pet unattended.
Ouch.
It is against the law to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park grounds.
Damn, you're fast.
This includes even rocks you may find along the river, or even simple berries, sir.
Sorry. But I guess I didn't have a choice. Guy. wonder if there's some way to save him actually, instead of just killing him. Well, that's creepy. And that's gonna be for the next episode then. I'll take a break here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.